Hey, and we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. But it's time for Monday Morning Quarterback every Monday morning at 8:30. I have with me this morning Luke Davenport, Team FYN Sports, on the sideline for Gilmer. We have the Gilmer helmet up there. Go find me the Pickens helmet. Go find me that Pickens helmet. And if you don't, I'm blaming it on you. I'm telling every fan out there, and I'm putting your name out there and everything, home address, the whole works. Every Pickens fan is going to know that you did not put the helmet on the table and you were responsible. It should be open. Hey, Luke, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
I won't do that to you. Hey, Luke, before we get started, let me roll over. I'm here with Luke Davenport. Let me roll over some of the Friday night scores that we had going on. Luke, we're going to get to the Gilmer Pickens. Fannin County, they dropped to North Hall. They started, this is 3A Region 7. And Fannin County dropped to North Hall. North Hall's a good football team. They're a good football team. But I'm going to get in trouble now. I'm going to try to break it to the Fannin County Rebel fans. I think you're going to be 0-2 in the region. Now, I just got big trouble because you're going up against Greater Atlanta Christian.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yes. That didn't...
Put it over here. And then put it right on the table.
Where's the Gilmer helmet?
Right on the table, right on the center here. Because we got the Gilmer helmet on there. Slide that in there. Okay. Folks, this is the big game this week. Gilmer Pickens, and that is Pickens fans. That happens to be Cole's fault. We're going to blame it all on him. He's over there like, how did he get involved in this? But we're going to be talking about this game in a minute. But a Greater Atlanta Christian, I'm going to have to break it to him. We won't spend no time. They better bring the A game.
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Yeah,
Well, I'll tell you why. Because I went down there and actually Union is in the same region, 3A, Region 7. They lost to Greater Atlanta Christian 35-12. But they played them. I mean, they played them. They did not. Greater Atlanta Christian, nothing else can be said about them. You know much about them?
I have not. What kind of offense do they run down there?
Well, they only run one quarterback, and the guy is a pocket passer, and he can play. I don't want to get stuck on them, and don't take that wrong. They're coming up against East Hall this week. They should be able. Union Panthers should be able to pull that off. Dawson County football. They're going up against North Hall. They'll have a tough game.
Yeah. That North Hall team's pretty good. I mean, Pickens played them.
Right.
Already.
And they lost to Pickens. They beat Pickens. I was going to bring that up.
Yeah.
North Hall may be the one in that region that really plays Greater Atlanta Christian competitively.
Yeah, but you got to look
now
at
Dawson.
Yeah, you got to look at Dawson. They went to the semifinals last year.
Yes.
In the state.
Yeah, they went to the semifinals. Dawson did. They're. I agree. That's going to be a good game to watch. North Hall Dawson this Friday night, and this will actually be, I think, their Dawson's first region game. Then Lumpkin County will be at White County. Lumpkin County's coming off a win 30-27 to East Hall. That's in the same region, and they're playing White County. And then let's get to the game that we've been talking about, Gilmer versus Pickens. And we're going to bring that up. Now Pickens is sitting on, they're 1-3. Okay, they're coming off a win, Chattahoochee, that was the opener. And then they lost to Pepperell, 18-10. They lost to North Hall, 16-8. And then they lost to North Forsyth, 35-31. Gilmer will be their first region game. Let me give a quick stat that we have here for all you Gilmer, Pickens, Pickens fans out there. The This will be the 58th meeting between the two schools. Gilmer leads the series 35-22 and one tie with Pickens winning the last two games. Pickens is 1-3 on the season, averaging 24.5 points per game and giving up 22 points. Gilmer is 0-5, averaging 12.6 points a game and giving up 30.4. That doesn't mean anything come Friday night. You've been on the sideline with Gilmer. You were played all 4 years under Wesley Tankersley, correct?
Yes.
And talk a little bit about some of the changes that have gone on since you graduated at Gilmer, and where you'd kind of like to see Luke, the program, get back to.
The changes in the program right now is what I mostly see is just a really young team, very unexperienced team. When we played, I mean, there was all 11 on offense and defensive side of the ball was juniors and seniors, and they've had one or two years experience on varsity side of the ball, and that's the difference I see in this Gilmer team into 2 or 3 years when I played, and then the year after, you know, them playoff teams. That's the difference I see between this year's team and then those teams. But yeah, that's what's killing Gilmer right now. And then talking about Pickens, they've been playing some hard games. You know, they've been playing did they play a 7A school?
Played a 7A,
Yeah.
a 6A,
And then
a 2A, and a 3A,
yeah,
but
a good 2A school.
Right, that's what Coach Parker continually says. They're 1-3, and I know the Dragons fans want to win, and they want to open the region, obviously, with that win against Gilmer.
Yeah.
But
It's a rival game.
the fans want to win down there, and they have played some tough competitive schools.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And Gilmer, talking about on their side of the schedule, it's not been as rough as Pickens. I mean, they have played a 1A state championship school out of North Carolina, but you can't say much because they're 1A out of North Carolina, but you never know because, I mean, you can't say based on class, you know, how many kids are in the school, but it'd still be a good football team. But they still were state champions, so that's pretty good. Pretty good schedule on their part. Let's see who else.
Gilmer's coming off a loss to Heritage.
Yeah.
And they come off a loss to Heritage. They opened the region. With a loss to Heritage, 31-13. Actually, no points in the first 2 quarters, first half of play. No points there. Sorry about that. No points there in the first half of play. That's a region game coming off a loss, so they're 0-1 in the region. Let's talk about the head coach, Casey Wingard. You know, we can't walk away from the fact that the season has obviously been disrupted. 2 head coaches. I don't know. I haven't done the research on how many schools a year this takes place. There's possibly 2 head coaches in one season. Casey steps in 2 weeks ago as the head coach, announced as the head coach. How are you seeing the players respond to him?
Just phenomenal. I mean, like you said, I went out the first week of practice, and the first thing I said, I asked him, I was like, how's the players responding to all this? And he said, man, they're just responding phenomenally. I can't ask for a better team, and he just gave them real high praises about that. And they even had some more players even come out after he became the new head coach there. So maybe with all these new players that are coming in, Bobcats can find something.
Well, are they? You know, these are guys. Even though they're putting them on the sideline, these are guys that were not in the weight room. These were guys that were not on the field through August and September, a good part of September. These are guys that were not working out with the team, that walked on. Can he make the adjustments in time? And I tell you what I want to know is I want to see it. I think we're going to agree 100%. Coach Wingard's first-class guy.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
But is he going to be able to make that transition to head coach?
Oh man, Yeah, Wingard is a first class guy, and he's very football smart. And
Yes.
But with the talent he's got, it's going to be hard for him. I mean, he's just so unexperienced. His team is just so inexperienced. I talk to him every Friday night after the game, and the biggest thing he puts into his kids is he just wants them to believe in themselves. With them getting down 31-0 in the first half against Heritage, you could feel the life sucked out of them. They didn't want to believe in themselves, but he just kept on saying during halftime, during the second half, even with the running clock, that you just got to keep believing. He wanted to cheer the team to cheer. Don't be dead on the sidelines, and that's why he really likes these kids coming out, even though that they haven't practiced in the fall or in the summer. It helps the sidelines, so they can cheer on. So you're not dead over there on the sidelines. So that's one thing he liked about the new kids coming out, and I feel like he can. He's just got to have his players to buy into the program and believe in themselves. So.
Well, I think you have you're 100% right. This is his first opportunity as a head coach, and as far as football knowledge. First class guy, football knowledge. I mean, he has all the parts you put together and the ingredients. If you want to start building a team and a head coach at the same time, probably couldn't pick a better time than right now with Gilmer, and have a young team that you can work with, a young coach that has all the parts and ingredients to become a head coach. This is new to him, but let me ask you another question. Do you feel like he has made the decision? I couldn't get him to answer that completely last week, to go with David Smith as the quarterback. Do you see that? Do you think that's what that decision's been made, to build a team around David?
The last 2 weeks or 3 weeks of practice that I've been to and I've seen with Coach Luck's offense that he's running over there, that he fully believes in David Smith being the quarterback there. I mean, he even at the first 4 games of the season, or 3 games of the season, you saw him and Button switching out. But now Button has transitioned, or moved to another spot on the field. He even plays defense.
He can play several positions well.
Yeah,
I know he's a senior and he's played quarterback. But Button can play several positions well.
Yeah.
And he could step in and play football in a lot of places.
Yeah, and that's what.
And I know it just sounded like David can't.
But
but no, I mean, there's a good reason to build around David.
Yeah, but he's got Button playing running back, and then he's got him playing, I guess, a linebacker / cornerback, more like I guess you would call it a cat back. He sits on the end there. But yeah, it looks like from now on it's going to be David Smith being the quarterback for the Gilmer Bobcats.
You have played in these rivalry games. Tell our folks out there, how big is this game, no matter what the record is? I mean, Pickens knows what it's like to go home losing this game. Gilmer in the last couple of years knows what it's like to go home losing this game. What is this game like in those locker rooms for both of these schools? Can you describe that for us?
Oh man, that game right there. I don't know. My senior year, going in, we had a real good team. The locker room before the game, it was just silent. Myself, I went to the bathroom and thought I had to throw up about 3 or 4 times. But yeah, me and some other players, we just sat out there and we basically got focused, because it'll mess with your mind, because it's just your nerves and everything. So we would just sit outside by ourselves, away from all the the younger guys causing all the racket.
Always those younger guys cause. Never you, right?
No.
But no racket.
Yeah.
But you were the racket guy a couple years before.
Yeah. But it's more of a focus thing. You got to get focused, because your nerves are going to be just everywhere. Because this is a very big game. Even though the records are out the window, it's still a big rival game. Probably one of the biggest in North Georgia. But yeah, it
is one of the biggest rivalries actually in the state. Backyard brawls. It is the 58th meeting between the two schools. Some rivalries because these schools have stayed in sync in the same region. What is bigger? Gilmer plays Fannin, but Fannin is 3A and they're in another region. Gilmer played Union this year. There's some of these other games that are rivalries, but Pickens and Gilmer is a region game, number one, and always has been a region game. You've been in the same region, and it does change the position in your region, and it's a backyard brawl, and it's 58 meetings. What's it like in school this week, the students on both ends? You know a lot of the guys down at Pickens. In fact, I can actually show pictures of you hanging out with some. I won't do that to you. I won't do it to you. But I got pictures of you hanging out with some of the guys now. Luke, you gotta be careful with that. I can throw that up real quick. What is it like this week in school? The students, the whole entire atmosphere going through this week.
Man, it's just a fun time during school this week. I mean, it's a big week. Everybody's excited. On Friday morning, you wake up, you just got a smile on your face because it's that day. And then you go to school. That whole week, it's just fun. Everybody's just talking about the game. It's kind of nerve-wracking for you because you're like, man, I want to win this game. But yeah, it's a fun week. I mean, the pep rally, it gets you real pumped up. There before we go, we'll head down. We headed down, but before they go down to the field. But yeah, it's actually a pretty fun week.
And records go out the window. The record goes out the window Friday night. A rivalry football game is a rivalry football game. And I do know this. I've talked to the coach and several of the people down in the Pickens area. They don't take the 0-5. They do not take that as a pushover.
No.
They'll practice like this is a playoff game, and they'll pump their team up that on any given day Gilmer's going to come to play football.
Oh yeah.
You're wearing the Georgia. Do you want to, or is it just too hard?
It's too hard.
Is it too hard?
Yeah, last week it was a heartbreak. They broke my heart a little bit, but hopefully this week they can turn it around. And
who they play this Saturday?
Tennessee at home. So hopefully they turn it around and.
I have all my Facebook friends, and I'm going to go ahead and get in trouble. I got all my Facebook friends, and they're, I guess they drink the water over on the Tennessee side, and they live over in Georgia. And you get down Route 5. I know I'm getting in trouble here, but you get down Route 5 headed to Tennessee, and you're still in Georgia, but some of them kind of confused on where they're exactly at, and they're wearing all that orange with the big T on it. But the thing is they fight all weekend on Facebook. I mean, they fight on Facebook all weekend long.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like a different fan base up there. They go all out with their social media. Yeah, I've met some fans that I've seen a guy put up a ridiculous video the other day when they first played Appalachian State on how bad they're going to beat them, and he didn't know where Appalachian State even was. It would take him 5 years to find it, but then it was funny because then they about beat them that week. So yeah, they go all out with their social media.
Let's wrap up one more thing with Gilmer. On the sideline every night, you can find us, Team FYN Sports. That's Team FYN Sports at Fetcher News. Follow us on Twitter at Fetcher News, Team FYN Sports. And you can follow us on the sideline. Luke is on the sideline for Gilmer every Friday night, and you can follow him, hashtag Team FYN Sports, hashtag Gilmer Football. Also go to FetcherNews.com, Gilmer County, click on Team FYN Sports. Luke's always putting stuff up there. You want to keep up with the Gilmer Bobcats and follow what Luke has up. Go there, Gilmer. And also in Pickens, RJ Casey, click on Team FYN Sports, FetcherNews.com, Pickens County. Click on Team FYN Sports, RJ Casey down there in Pickens. One more thing. We know the big game Friday night is Pickens-Gilmer. What else in that region? Who is the? I mean, Ridgeland. You guys know Ridgeland. How strong are they as strong as the numbers are showing Ridgeland? And
yeah, Ridgeland.
Yeah,
oh, yeah. That's a good team. With Coach Tank, he's a great coach. He knows how to build a program around him. Yeah, they look pretty good. I watched the last 2 minutes of that game coming home from the Heritage game. He was up by a touchdown. No, he was up by 2 touchdowns. Their defense let him score But they tried to onside kick it, and they recovered it. So he got the win there, escaped from it. But that Northwest team is no joke either. They're going to be real good. That Heritage team looked real good Friday night. Their passing attack is just ridiculous. Them boys, their running back's supposed to be good, but he only ran the ball I think 5 times in the first half, and probably had around 100 yards. But that Heritage team's going to be someone to look at this year too. They're going to be no pushovers. And then you got Pickens. That's I mean, we'll
Who do you
find
think?
out.
Who do you think? I mean, we're only 1 week in, but who do you think's coming to the top of that region?
Oh, it's definitely Ridgeland.
Definitely Ridgeland.
Yeah,
It looks
Ridgeland has just the talent, and then the coach. So they just got it both there. But hopefully Gilmer can do something and shock some people, and we find our way up to the playoff spot this year.
Well, I will say this, and also I'm going to say in the, I don't want to get into football politics. No, not that I wouldn't get into politics, but how it always puzzles me on how a team like Greater Atlanta Christian gets into a region with North Georgia schools like Dawson and Fannin but Greater Atlanta Christian. I don't want to say impossible. That's just a word I would never tell the team that they couldn't overcome. But that's going to be quite a hurdle to try to get past Greater Atlanta Christian in that region.
Oh yeah.
And right now you're looking at Ridgeland. Finishing up, Gilmer. You're used to seeing young guys on the sideline. This is Luke Davenport. Luke Davenport played for the Gilmer Bobcats. Did you go to Marist twice? Did you play there twice or just once?
No, we played there once my senior year, and we played Grady my sophomore year.
Your sophomore year you played Grady, but your senior year you went to Marist that year.
Yeah.
That's when Hensley was quarterback, right?
Yeah.
That year.
Hensley, yeah.
You know what? I seen Hensley I think the very next night after that game. You guys were down there. And I was looking at him. I love the guy. I love the guy that I looked at him and I said, hey, how did that turf, because at that time Gilmer didn't have turf, and you played very few games on turf that year, if any. And I said, how did that turf feel down there? He said, no, that was real soft when I walked on it. And I said, no, on your butt. I said, how do you feel on your rear end that night? That's a tough team, Marist, right?
Oh yeah, that's ridiculous. That's a ridiculous team down there.
Luke, do you know what you're looking for on the sideline? You have been there. Do you see the coach and the young talent that Gilmer needs, if not this year, as tough as it is to say that, to put this program on the right steps?
Yeah, I mean, the talent is there. It's just they got to buy in.
You got to buy in.
It's got to buy in. You got to believe in the coach, and you got to believe in yourself. I mean, you can have all the talent in the world, but if you got enough heart, it overcomes talent there. So they just got to buy in and believe in themselves, and then they can be an average or a good team in the next coming years with Coach Wingard being the coach.
Well, Luke, I appreciate you coming by. That's Luke Davenport. We are looking for, folks, we have the Pickens-Gilmer helmets here. This will be the biggest, probably, rivalry high school football game this Friday night. We'll be on both sidelines. R.J. Casey will be on one sideline for the Pickens Dragons. Luke Davenport will be on the other sideline, and they are ready Friday night. It's at home, Gilmer, right?
Yes.
It's home. Gilmer is at home at Huff Mosley Stadium. Come up, support the team. Hey, it'll probably be a sellout. And, hey, you know what, players? You play between the lines and between the whistle, and no yellow flags outside of that. I'm your host, BKP, Monday Morning Quarterback. We'll be back with a little more political analysis right after these messages. Luke, thanks for coming in this morning. Take us a break.